Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Today is another episode of It's a Great Pumpkin Recipe Exchange. Wow, everyone nailed it last Friday. If you missed it, go back and check out the playlist. All of the other ladies that participate in the recipe exchange are listed in the playlist. So this is the second week. We're going to be doing a recipe every Friday in October. Learning and being creative, different types of recipes and different things you can do using canned pumpkin, because canned pumpkin is a superfood. It's extremely healthy and extremely good for you. So we are going to share our recipes and our ideas, kind of like an old-fashioned recipe exchange, but through our YouTube channel. It's been a wonderful outreach, getting to meet other like-minded people, just having fun and sharing ideas. So let's get right to it. I'm going to read you the ingredients first, then I'm going to move the camera so you can see what I'm doing. My recipe for this week is called Pumpkin Espresso Cookies. This is what you're going to need. A half a cup of shortening, 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 1 cup of pumpkin, 1 cup of the espresso chips, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 cups of flour, and 1 teaspoon of ginger. First thing you're going to do is cream the shortening, sugar, and pumpkin together in your favorite bowl. Let me change the camera around just a bit, and I'll show you what that's going to look like. Since I'm using my fresh pumpkin, I will drain the juice, the liquids out of it, and then use just the pumpkin, smash it up a little bit, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, you also can use canned pumpkin. I have my canned pumpkin from here on the homestead. I'm just going to dump that in there. I've already measured it and done it several times, so I know it's going to equal about 1 cup of the puree pumpkin. So I'm just going to mash it up just a little bit. It's very soft. It mashes up with no problem. 100% natural pumpkin. Alright, now to see what that looks like. Next thing you want to add is 1 cup of sugar, 1 large egg, okay, and go ahead and give that a mix right now. I like to beat the egg up a little bit with my spoon, right in the bowl with the rest of the yummy stuff. Go ahead and stir it up. Mix it up really good. Alright, now we're going to add our shortening. And that is a half a cup of the shortening. Now we are going to get our off-grid mixer. I don't know if any of y'all have one of these or not, but they do come in handy. Very cool little gadget. And get to mixing. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing, but these cooking videos are a little different to do. Just get it all mixed up best you can. Get that shortening cut into it. You're creaming the shortening into the pumpkin and the sugar. looking pretty good. I'll go a little bit longer with it. And you can do this with a mixer, and I'm doing the old-fashioned mixer. And that looks really good. Of course, I'm making a mess. Y'all know my hands give me fits. Alright, don't want to leave nothing else on there. Let's go ahead and try to clean it all off. Alright, that looks about right. Alright, got it all stirred up pretty good. Now we're going to add our flour. 2 cups of flour. And we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Just add it all in there. Then we have our baking soda. We have our cinnamon. And we have our ginger. 1 teaspoon of each of those. Now we're just going to go ahead and give it another stir. Mix it all up together. It's going to start looking more like a cookie dough at this point. So I don't need the mixer. I need mussels and my spoon. Oh, it smells so good. And you can see it just starts coming together. Just make sure to mix it up really good. Alright. Now we're going to stir in, or as some would say, fold in about 1 cup of the Espresso morsels or chips. Get those folded in, kind of just get them all in there. Now this pumpkin was fresh pumpkin, so it will be a little bit lighter in color than if you were to use the canned pumpkin. Some of my pumpkins weren't quite at the peak ripeness, so they were a little lighter. But nevertheless, it's still pumpkin, and we're still going to use it all up and let the pumpkins get a little bit riper this year when we go to can them. Everybody's learning as we go. We all have different techniques and different methods of doing things. Alright, I hope y'all can see that. It makes you just want to dive into it and start eating it with the spoon, like a little kid. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is get our pan. Alright, got everything cleared away so we can get these cookies on the pan. You want to turn your oven on at 375. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, I like to drop them by a ice cream scooper spoon. Whichever way works for you, that's fine. It should make about 2 dozen cookies, depending on what size you make them. Actually, I think it's going to make probably a little more, probably closer to 3 dozen. I couldn't remember, because this is 6 of them right now. I don't know, it might be 2 dozen. Haven't made these since last fall. But it was definitely a crowd pleaser. You don't want to put them too close because they will spread out some. Kind of got it off the edge of my parchment paper there a little bit. But that's alright. And I think it is going to be the 2 dozen. So I got one pan ready to go in the oven. And I'll go ahead and get the other ones in the oven after this batch bakes. You want to bake it at 375 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. And I will show you what that looks like in just a few minutes. Alright, we have got the cookies out of the oven. It ended up making 18 cookies, but I do have to say they're kind of large. So you could get 24 out of it if you really wasn't quite so generous on the scoops with the ice cream scooper. And we're going to get these on the platter, make it look all pretty like. And we're going to give it a taste. I want y'all to see. Can you see the texture of it? Alright. Gonna let my husband taste it. See how he likes them.
They're really soft.
They're kind of a soft cookie.
Oh, wow.
I'll call them a grown-up cookie.
That's really good.
You like my recipe?
Yes, I love it. That's good.
Pumpkin Espresso cookies. You saw it here first at the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Go check out the other lovely ladies. I'll have them listed below in the playlist. Come back and join me Friday, every Friday in October. Farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Oh, man. I think I'm just going to hang out here a minute, drink me some cold milk. Oh, man. Y'all, this is so good. Y'all got to try this pumpkin espresso cookie.